So it's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't uploaded what seems like a month. And today, we're going to do some drawing here with the Staedtler Mars Matic 0.35 Isograph technical pen. And we're going to be drawing in this sketchbook. Still have the sticker on it from over a year ago. $1.49 is all I paid for this. And the regular price is $5.99. Don't know what I'm going to draw, but I think it's going to be something abstract. And I'm about maybe 20 pages into the sketchbook. 15 or 20. And we got a ways to go until this is done. But we'll get there. So yeah, this is the Fabriano, or we call it Fabriano sketchbook from made in Italy. So let's go ahead and get this pen uncapped and we can start doodling. So it's been a while, about a month, since I've uploaded my last video. And before that one, it was a couple of weeks since I uploaded anything before that one. And before that one as well. For the past 3 months, I've been working a lot. And even more for the past month, and, well, probably 2 months actually. And even more than that, the past month and the past 2 weeks. And then I had to drive to different locations where I work at in the same business, and I had to get my car fixed. It was having problems with the muffler, and I had it completely replaced in the summer, which wasn't that long ago. About maybe 5 months ago. And it's only snowed maybe 3 times since then. And my muffler broke during the period of time which was the end of summer and beginning of fall. So I don't know how or why a muffler that's all stainless steel would have rusted and broke, being that it didn't even snow yet. And the reason I say that is when they salt the roads, the salt that gets underneath the cars causes the cars to rust. So it wasn't because of that. So I can't really figure out or understand how or why it would have rusted like that within those short period of months if it didn't snow out and so there was no salt in the roads. Doesn't really quite make sense to me. But my car did get fixed and it's a lot quieter now. Before, my car sounded like a big diesel truck or something driving down the road, and it was getting worse and worse until the point that it wasn't drivable as loud as the car was getting. And so then I had to get it fixed because I had quite a long drive a couple of weeks ago, and so I was on my way back. It was about an hour and a half drive, and I only drove a mile or two, and then the muffler had broke, and I had to hear the loud muffler from when I started driving all the way back home for an hour and a half. And I don't know how it didn't break on my way there, because it looked like it was just hanging on there barely. And someone did mention to me just taking a coat hanger and a can, cutting the can in half and putting the can around it and tying it on there with a coat hanger. I don't really, might work short term, but I wanted to permanently fix it because I do think that does affect your gas mileage though. I think somehow if you drove without a muffler or if half of it was broke off. I don't know how it does. Something, I don't really know, something with exhaust. But yeah, I'm back to drawing. I mean, I've actually been drawing for the past several months. It's just I didn't really have time to upload any videos because I would get up, I would eat, I would shower, go to work, come home, and by the time I got off it was dark. I would eat, and after I got done eating it was about time for bed, and so I only had not much time, maybe 2 hours at most per day to draw, and then I would get up and start all over again. But today I've made it's called goulash is what I made. Like how you make spaghetti, but instead of using spaghetti noodles, you use other types of noodles. And the ones I got, they didn't have the ones I usually get, but the ones I had to get this time were these like little alphabet letters that was in these little tiny bags, and they're only 33 cents each. And I used 2 bags to make this, and but it works. I ate that today, and then I did 1 doodle so far, and mostly just relaxing, stretching, thinking about stuff, listening to music, listening to podcasts, and probably start on another drawing. And I still got a ways to go in this sketchbook, being that it's, I think, 160 pages. Let me look at my sketchbook here. No, it's 90 pages. But this paper works pretty good for the Isograph pens. I draw with a rotating Isograph and the Staedtler fineliner, and this one is a pretty smooth paper, and it doesn't bleed through or nothing. Unless you were to pour ink onto the paper, then it might do that. I don't think it's really the type of paper for dip pens. And only half a dozen times that I've ever actually drawn with a dip pen. I just find it a bit time consuming to constantly dip the pen into the ink over and over. I just want to focus on drawing. But as of right now, it just rained off and on today. It rained a lot about half an hour ago, and the sun is just starting to go down already, and it's 3:30 right now. So being that I've been working longer hours, and there's less daylight in the winter, I get up and it's dark, and I get off of work and it's dark again. So yeah. But other than that, just the usual: drawing, work, eat, make all kinds of, I don't even know what type of meals they are. I just throw them together. I don't really follow a recipe for anything. I just make this stuff. But that's really all. And then I'm already looking forward to summer. I mean, it actually hasn't been really that cold or anything recently. I noticed that since I've lived here, it's like the winters are starting later and ending later. Because when I first lived here, I remember it snowing in October, like beginning of October, and it would snow almost consistently, every other day maybe, and then starting in December it would snow every day, all the way through February, and then March it would snow every other day. But now it snows maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's it, between October through December. And then January and February it snows a lot. And then the winter seems to move more into the spring now. It's like it's shifting, like it's starting later and ending later. But yeah, because I know recently, like back in, so it's January, February, March, April, May. I think it was like end of April that it snowed. And I think it did one day in like first week of May. And I was thinking, this is really odd. Because when I first moved here, it quit snowing in March. So it's like the winter starts a month later and ends a month later. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Or maybe that is correct. Now that I think about it, maybe so. Which reminds me, I think I might have talked about this story before. I just thought about it when I was thinking about the rain and the snow. When I used to drive this little truck, and that truck was not very good in snow. Not even when it rained. I was driving one time and it just sprinkled a little bit. It didn't even really rain, and my truck spun out of control, and I had to regain control of it. And driving in snow, it would barely snow, like maybe a quarter of an inch, and my truck was just swerving all over the road. Anytime I would try to drive over 30 miles an hour, which made it tough when I would go on the road, because if you get a road and the speed limits, 55, 65, 70, but yet if I go over 30, my truck would weave all over the place. So anytime it snowed a lot, I would drive really slow until I would get to a highway where there's not really any snow, and then just take that route to try to avoid any of the back roads. But the car I have now does a lot better. It's front wheel drive, and the truck I had was rear wheel drive, and it had no weight in the back of it, so it did not do very good. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and work on some more doodles. And until then, I will see you in the next video, and hopefully I can upload another one soon. We'll see how things go, but I will talk to you all later, and you have a good day. See ya.